I do want to talk about that because I think that this instance with this chat also, and I've talked about this before, I talked about it in the Wednesday episode and in on the Substack again, that this chat is a part of a pattern that we've come to understand from a Trump administration, whether it's the current one or the previous one, that is a sort of disregard to potentially disdain for records keeping. Donald Trump had a pattern of ripping up documents and then someone would have to tape them back together. There were obviously all sorts of record keeping problems with Mar-a-Lago, and then in this current term, you've got folks like Elon Musk and his employees, the people under him, stopping their use of internal communication to try to find a server that's outside of FOIA laws. The administration trying to move the efforts of Doge outside of FOIA laws into a thing that wouldn't make them publicly accessible for 5 years after Donald Trump is out of office. And then things like firing FOIA workers and the National Archivist. So do you see all of these things as sort of the same thing, or am I too far out over my skis on this?
Okay, so you said a lot there.
I did.
Let me try to construct it a little. First of all, I just want to say for the record that you said the Trump administration in its first iteration was um, not paying attention to or oblivious of record keeping requirements. Um, I think 99.9% of people who work in the federal government try to do the right thing. So in that administration, to the extent we're talking about civil servants, they're they're trying to do the right thing with respect to record keeping. For I would say that most high level officials, political types, are pretty much aware of their responsibilities. And I have been part of a movement in government to use technology to relieve the burden on them to preserve like emails that it's done automatically. So there's that. But of course, there you are correct that through public reporting, we are aware of a number of instances where President Trump seemed to treat documents in the White House as not necessarily permanent records of the United States.